Burt I. Gordon's Tormented, on its surface, is a cinematic reimagining of Edgar Allan Poe's short story, The Telltale Heart, wherein an unnamed narrator describes a murder he committed to the reader, then succumbs to an act of guilt that manifests itself in the auditory hallucination of a beating heart that he believes to be that of his deceased victim. Tormented retains these basic story elements, with the main character of Tom Stewart, played by Richard Carlson, racked with guilt over the death of an ex-girlfriend, Vi Mason, a death he was present for and could have prevented. The animating, if allegorical, conflict of Tormented, however, involves a dilemma, a spiritual crisis within the character of Tom. He's caught between his old freewheeling creative life as a jazz musician, a life one imagines of smoky jazz clubs, late-night parties, and easy sex, and the new conservative life of wealth, ease, and privilege that's being prepared for him. It's a choice between two potential ways of life and two sides of the divided spirit inside him. These two sides are represented by the two women in his life, Vi and Meg. Vi, a lover from his club days, represents his old life. Meg Hubbard, his new fiancée, and member of a wealthy conservative family, represents the new.
Vi, will you for heaven's sakes realize when a good thing is over?
A second-rate singer like me doesn't fit in the picture anymore. I hear she's quite young and has money, too.
Vi, please understand, I'm in love with her.
I need you, Tom. No one will ever love you more than I do.
Sorry, Vi. I'm sorry for everything. Good night, Vi.
I still have your letters. I've never been in a lighthouse before. Show me the light, darling.
What about the letters, Vi?
Oh, I never throw anything like that away. You'd never know when they might come in handy. I wonder how she'd feel if I read them to her. Putting in pertinent footnotes, of course. Or maybe I'll have to show them to a lawyer. I'm sure he'd know what to do with them. How would a lawsuit fit in with your music career, Tom? How would the piano genius of jazz feel about that kind of publicity? Darling, you look as if you were ready to kill me.
Now, you get this straight. I'm marrying Meg.
And you get this straight, Tom Stewart. No one will ever have you but me. Help me! Please, Tom, help me! Take my hand! Pull me out! Save me, Tom, please! Please save me! Please!
Tom's ambivalence about which lifestyle to commit to is dramatized with the death of Vi. He can't bring himself to murder her outright, but instead simply refuses to save her.
You know what's wrong with you?
What?
You've been working too hard, getting ready for your concert. You've had a lonely life here on the island, away from all your musician friends. It's been getting you down. But I'll take care of all that once we're married.
Maybe you better tell your mother that the wedding's on again.
I never told her it was off.
You're pretty sure of yourself, aren't you?
You know, the first thing you're going to do is have a long vacation. A whole month's honeymoon in Europe.
You know how many hit records I'd have to sell to pay for that?
Dad's footing the bill. It's his wedding present to us. He wanted to tell you himself, but he won't be here till right before the wedding. And when we get back, I'm going to have a big party, so I can get to know all your friends.
Big party? We'll be living in a 3-room apartment.
Mother and Daddy won't mind if we use their house in Bel Air. They say now that I'm getting married, it's too big for them anyway, so they'll be turning it over to us for good one of these days.
Are you trying to spoil me?
There's nothing I'd like better.
Tom's conflicted psychological crisis reanimates the spirit of Vi, whose ghostly presence returns from the sea and sets about sabotaging Tom and Meg's relationship and, by extension, Meg's plans for Tom's new life. A secure, if suffocating life, in her wealthy family's gilded cage. In a kind of supernatural allegory, Vi becomes the embodiment and incarnation of Tom's freedom and creative spirit.
Did you see anything?
Yeah, nothing to see.
Right there.
This spirit, feeling itself slipping away under the weight of the Hubbard family's bourgeois pretensions,
There's nothing there.
starts fighting for survival.
What's there?
Meg, I've got to get out of here.
What about the wedding?
What about it, Meg?
If you go, there won't be one, that's all.
Meg?
The physical battlegrounds of this conflict consist of 3 locations. The elegant mid-century beach home, representing Tom's new domesticated life and the world of Meg's family. The lighthouse, a worn-down phallic symbol, representing Tom's old life, a literal, albeit decaying beacon of his creative spirit, which is symbolically slated for demolition in the near future. And the omnipresent ocean, representing the mysterious forces of his creative muse and creative impulses. Burt Gordon is something of a homegrown accidental surrealist. His particular brand of surrealism arises from the collision between his visual sensibilities, rooted in the camera tricks and fantastic cinema of the silent film era, and his theatrical, melodramatic scenarios that are often infused with social commentary. His movies, especially this one, bear comparison to Louis Buñuel's surreal social satires, particularly The Exterminating Angel and The Discreet Charm of the Bourgeoisie, where an absurd, lurid scenario is used to expose and critique societal hypocrisies.
How's my family?
Daddy!
With Tormented, Gordon critiques the pretensions of status-conscious, culturally desolate mid-century America. In one instance, Tom's wealthy father-in-law expresses a comical disdain for his existence as a jazz musician.
Where's the groom?
He's not feeling well.
What's the matter with him?
He's been overworking.
At the piano, I suppose.
Please don't start that again.
It's bad enough to accept a musician into this family, but a jazz musician is asking too damn much.
One suspects that if Tom were a successful classical pianist, it wouldn't be such a problem. But jazz, at the time, 1960, was perceived by people like his father-in-law as associated with drugs, hedonism, integrated jazz clubs, and the African-American community, a threat to decent, segregated society. Tom's ambivalence in the face of these 2 life choices is also quite comical. He really wants to try to convince himself that a comfortable, secure life with this insipid family is preferable to his previous life of creativity, excitement, and liberation on the fringes of mainstream society. The jarring dichotomy between how Tom experiences his music and what his music means to Meg is illustrated during one of Meg's cocktail parties. She doesn't actually appreciate the music itself, but rather sees Tom as just another commodity and status symbol to put on display for her high society friends. Tormented also bears a striking resemblance to Clint Eastwood's Play Misty for Me, another film about a single independent jazz guy living near the ocean who's experiencing an acute spiritual crisis brought on by the need to choose between 2 women and 2 ways of life, one representing his hedonistic past and the other representing a domesticated monogamous future. In the case of Misty, the female character representing the past, a past that the male character is also ambivalent about disengaging from, is also depicted as a rampaging supernatural spirit, bent on destroying the relationship with the new girl and the new life she represents for the male protagonist.
Play Misty for me.
Get off my back!
Play Misty for me.
Get off my back!
Play Misty for me.
Get off my back!
Play Misty for me.
The most terrifying words you'll ever hear. Play Misty for me. The screen's most frightening plunge into terror.
Have to get you all nice for David. I hope he likes what he sees when he walks in here. Because that's what he's taking to hell with him.
When Vi appears, she appears as a series of abstractions, visible and audible only to Tom. Abstraction in this context reflects the insubstantial, fragmented, subjective nature of Tom's creative impulse and compulsions. Lest the audience think that the Vi monster isn't actually real, that they are simply sharing Tom's subjective delusions triggered by his guilty conscience, Gordon makes sure to indicate that the character of Vi, though ethereal, is a real entity with tactile force.
I didn't kill you, Vi. I never killed anybody and I never will. And once I'm married, I'm going to live a very happy, very normal life with Meg and with our friends. And there's really nothing you can do about it.
Isn't there? You may have noticed I've found my voice now. I pick things up fast. I'm going to use it to tell the world about you. I told you, Tom, no one will ever have you but me.
Stop it, Vi.
Try and make me. Tom Stewart killed me! 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 Tom Stewart killed me!
Although no one but Tom can see her various visual manifestations, others can smell her perfume.
What's that sweet smell?
Must be the fresh roses.
My roses never smelled like that. It's a woman's perfume.
Feel her cold draft.
Sandy, see if there's a window open. There's a cold draft all of a sudden.
Touch her seaweed arm.
My wedding dress!
What is it? What did she find?
Seaweed.
And in the climactic wedding scene, experience the full physical force of her presence. A scene, incidentally, that resembles Carrie White's psychokinetic destruction of her prom in Carrie.
It's the night of the senior prom. The Bates High School gym is alive with excitement. Everybody is there, even Carrie White. For Carrie, it will be a dream come true. For everyone else, it will be a nightmare. Carrie, a new film by Brian De Palma, based on the chilling bestseller. If you have a taste for terror, you have a date with Carrie.
And now we will perform the greatest of all magic accomplishments ever performed on this island. The secret cabinet. As you will please notice, the cabinet is empty.
Gordon also finds a way to implicate himself in this scenario, casting his own daughter, Susan Gordon, as Tom's future sister-in-law, Sandy, shown performing magic tricks for him in the family's living room.
The magic cabinet, and say the magic words, and tap it with my magic wand, abracadabra. We no longer have an empty cabinet. It is now filled with jelly beans.
For Gordon, movie magic and camera tricks are his jazz. His love of cinema is an elemental celebration, a throwback to the silent film fantasies and camera tricks of Georges Méliès and other early cinematic fantasists. He effortlessly embraces moving pictures as a unique artistic opportunity to create a self-conscious spectacle of impossible, even jarring images that could only exist in a movie. Using the oldest, simplest effects techniques the medium has to offer.
Our world, a world his savage instincts can only hate.
Get all the aircraft into the air at once.
Manipulating double exposures, matte paintings, and prosthetics into a delirious collage of pop-pulp cinematic poetry.
Demons of the green flame. See the white-hot face of the fiery rock. Enter the mammoth cave that closes behind you, where humans are trapped, entombed. Brave the volcanic inferno of the boiling crater. See the miracle of the magic sword. Battle the gigantic ogre. Gaze into the magic pool. See the enchanted beauty, enslaved by the master of the black arts. Meet Sybil, the weirdest witch who ever brewed up a cauldron of spells.
I wonder what Sybil's cooking up.
The climax of Tormented features the death of Tom, as he plummets from the lighthouse catwalk into the sea, symbolically rejoining his creative muse and the woman that represents it after his graphic supernatural rejection of married domestic life at the church.
Tom, it's a woman. Who could it be? Yeah, here's the doctor. Where did he find her? Wedged in the rock.
His death is depicted by Gordon, fittingly, with the use of a prosthetic dummy double of actor Richard Carlson that plummets into the crashing surf at the base of the lighthouse. Another bit of old-fashioned but effective movie magic. Here the character of Tom literally and metaphorically splits. The abstract Tom dummy returning to and rejoining the abstract creative universe represented by the abstracted Vi and churning sea, while his real, physical body, represented by actor Carlson, washes ashore, with the real Vi, represented by actor Julie Redding, the shoreline, poetically, dividing real from illusion, objectivity from creativity, and life from art.